It has been an exciting summer, but we've managed to squeeze in a set of global guests for Series 4 of our 2025 Fiftyfaces Podcast, which takes us from the evolving world of hedge funds and the support infrastructure needed to emerging market equities to late-stage venture capital to public pension fund pooling. We hear from the head of a US public plan about their shared vision.
One of the appealing aspects about working for the retirement plan has been that it's mission driven, right?
We hear how communication is key to effective implementation.
One of the things was the importance of talking to people and being open and developing those relationships. I saw the value in involving people in that policy-making journey.
And dive into venture capital opportunities as they look today.
Consumers had some venture for a long time, but we think there's going to be a whole new wave of the way we do everything, the way we shop, the way we communicate. There hasn't been a big digital consumer wave for quite a long time.
We get deep into the world of data centers and infrastructure.
A lot of investors today are not talking about the grid. If you think about how the grid was wired, it assumed post-World War II in tens of megawatts, not tens of gigawatts from the latest NVIDIA Blackwell chip. And so that's why we also think transmission is a really key part of when you're thinking about investing in data centers, not just power and the shell itself.
And look for the potential behind the headlines.
The good news. And the good news is that in the last, I would say, 30 years, the region has done a lot of macro and micro economic reforms, many countries. Of course, Chile was probably the best well-known under this Chicago boys influence, but actually many countries in the region copied some of these reforms.
Our guests talk about the importance of recognizing their own achievements.
I have tried to check myself in terms of how I talk about my career and my evolution, and I have grown within the industry because a lot of it was the opportunities that were presented to me. But I think in equal measure, it was also the fact that I was always willing to do more and put myself out there and flex and, roll up my sleeve and do the hard things.
And the power of reflection.
At the end of every year, I also do the same thing where I kind of write myself a letter that is a searching and fearless indexing of what I've done well and what I haven't done well, and also going back and trying to re-examine prior years' conclusions, trying to learn the right lessons in a broader context of time, and kind of re-examining assumptions.
They tell us what initiatives have been proven to have real impact.
I got a number of letters. I got one from a man named Edgar, and he wrote me and he said, "You probably think this is strange, but your 45-minute visit has changed my life." And he said, "It has given me something to strive for. I now want to go to college. I want to study finance." And he said, "No adult has ever shown that they cared before, especially for kids like me. People don't do that." And that phrase that he said, especially for kids like me, just would not leave my head.
And mention the mentors who count.
My mother is my biggest mentor. She got married when she was 19. She didn't have a career, and she would always whisper in my ear, kind of buy your own baubles, create a life for yourself, work hard. And to me, that was such a guiding force.
And finally, we are told not to forget what really matters.
Read as much as you can and dance as much as you can.
So tune in from next week every Wednesday to hear these stories and insights. You can find all of our content on the 50 Faces Hub, where you'll find a library of role models, resources, and other solutions to enhance your career. Thank you to Baillie Gifford for sponsoring Series 4 of 2025.